I haven't made a video for about 1 week now, and I have my reasons for that. I'm a little uncertain on how to properly begin this video because there's a lot on my mind and it comes from various angles. The first angle is that of Hanya Mania making a video saying that she's quitting YouTube, so to speak, but she's at least really fed up with the vegan online scene on YouTube. That kind of really pushed me to make this video because I've been having those thoughts and feelings for quite a while now. But it's some other things, some comments that I've been getting about having Noodle, Orland's pet bird. We're adopting a sloth from Florida. Getting a lot of crazy comments from vegans, of course, saying I'm not vegan enough, what I'm doing is wrong. And it's just, the third angle is that I feel like this is my moment to really speak what I'm feeling. Everything's kind of just molding into this moment. And let me begin. So Hanya made a video saying, "You won, I quit," and basically in the video she expressed her discontent. That's too nice. She's just pissed off by vegans in the YouTube scene. And one of the reasons, number one, is that she's getting chastised for the way she eats. Apparently, eating gluten, eating bread on a vegan lifestyle isn't good enough in some vegans' eyes. It's really hard because you make these videos to inspire people or to just show different variations of being vegans if you want to help save animals' lives, or just give different alternatives, because let's face it, we are not all going to eat the same way ever. Never, ever. That's not going to happen. Yet people still want to put all of their energy in trying to make people identical, trying to make everyone do the same thing, like Christianity, like everyone on this basketball team, we all do this method and yada yada, or like everyone in the violin world, we all play this school of teaching, like this is the best. It's weird. I think humans are just programmed to behave this way. And of course it applies to veganism. Really militant vegans. I can relate to this, number one, because oh my gosh, it's like deja vu all over again. I remember when I stopped being raw vegan and I got chastised, is that a word? Or is that when you get your balls chopped off? Castrated. No, chastised is different. Okay, my English. Sometimes I English and sometimes I don't. I got just attacked on the internet. Whether you want to call it attack, words don't really attack you, but people just coming at me saying that what I was doing was wrong. At the end of the day, that's really that was the gist of it. And I was like, I took a step back and said, what kind of people did I get involved with to come to a point where a potato is toxic? And if I eat potatoes, I'm somehow less of a human being, or I'm somehow like doing damage, according to who? I mean, a lot of raw vegan philosophy, a lot of their beliefs are based on beliefs, you know? It's not like actual concrete evidence with lots of peer-reviewed studies to back up the claims. And even if there were, why make your whole life's mission to make everyone eat the same way you do? After a while, it gets exhausting. And you know, a fourth angle of this video comes from watching Unnatural Vegan's video to Vegan Gains, basically saying that he softened up. And again, I'm not getting into all the politics of back and forth between these people and that people. I'm basically saying from that video in itself, she's basically saying that vegans a lot of time become vegan, become very black and white and militant, and it's like my way or the highway, and they become violent and they alienate themselves from the entire world. That happened to me, that happens to a lot of people. It's just what happens. And she's basically saying from a certain video he put out recently, it seems that he's becoming more relaxed and more open-minded, not saying it's my way or the highway, and kind of just saying the people that I may have followed in the past aren't necessarily the beliefs I still have today. So yes, that's the first thing. Henya's saying that people are attacking her for the way she eats. I've dealt with that myself, and I thought by leaving the raw vegan community, very minute, the smallest percentage of vegans out there, the people that think by cooking your food you're cooking your body, I thought by leaving that I would like be free of that, and I'm like, I'm just gonna be a regular vegan that can eat cooked food and just inspire people to eat more vegan food.
Photos and texts and videos and all these things that you're just like, where is this gonna go? I don't wanna be 35, 36, being like super paranoid.
Henya's now talking about how she doesn't understand how big YouTubers stay safe or stay protected, you know. Everyone you talk to, you don't know if they're gonna, everything you say, your texts, your Snapchat, your Facebook, or just making a relation with someone that has a personality on the internet, you don't know who's going to use that against you in the future. It's harder for you to trust people. And she says, I don't know how the big YouTubers do it. If you look at Christine Grimmie, I think that's her last name, she got shot at a meet and greet. Someone came to meet her, they're like, oh, I'm a YouTube fan, and they shot her. And we look at the Mommy Tang incident right now, And I'm not going to give any details away, but yes, I have been oops, the battery's going to die again. Yes, I have been emailing her, and it's unfortunate. It's like, you don't know what someone can do to you to try to make your life shit for just putting yourself out there. It's like, look at the Vegan Gains incident. Oh, his girlfriend sent one message to someone, and now it's blown up at, oh, she's a cheater, and she's looking for sex, and it's blown out of proportion. One little text. Vegans are using it against each other. Every little thing. Even with her, people were saying, oh, she was cheated on her by her boyfriend. So what? What does it have to do with her or her channel? Why is it anyone's business? It's crazy. The vegans are the worst sometimes. This whole trend with being dramatic, it's no longer cool to make videos about the animals. It's no longer cool to talk about your lifestyle. The cool thing to do is talk about someone's personal life, or this person sent a dick pic, or this person did this, or this person said this, and this person got cheated on. What's that? That's why this community is shit right now. This is why I want to leave. I was looking at Victoria Arnstein's video, and she and I had, I had an issue with that festival, and I still feel for her. I still feel for her in this moment, because right now, something that has nothing to do with her, she is getting the brunt, the attack from other vegans. She no longer even calls herself a vegan, because guess what? We have this stereotype of being aggressive and judgmental for a reason. I see it every day. If you watch the vegan drama channels, you see it. It's there. And we're basically giving people more of a reason to keep this stereotype alive. Don't you understand? So I understand Victoria's stress, of not wanting to say I'm vegan. I understand Henya not wanting to put out vegan content as much, or, get involved with people with the vlogs and having the information used against her. I don't want to do that either. Even Mommy Tang, who's done nothing to attack or belittle or chastise vegan YouTubers publicly, she still gets picked on. She still gets dramatic videos made about her, and she still gets the crazies that are coming after her and threatening her life. What is with it with the vegans? Why is it this intense? I don't see it in the classical music world. I watch all those channels. I follow my favorite violinists all the time. I don't see them making videos about each other, trying to bring each other down. I don't see the gay vloggers do this. This community, no other community have I ever seen it like this. I thought they're all vegans, but it's just vegans in general on YouTube. I gotta leave, you guys. Basically today, I got a comment from someone, I'm not gonna say their name, and they basically said that they were implying that I wasn't vegan enough, that I was making a mukbang with my new bird. First of all, you're not doing vegan enough, you're whoring out the bird to get views. And it's like, I'm so happy that when I made my channel name, I didn't put vegan in it, because what if your beliefs change, or what if you don't want to talk about veganism 24/7? By having vegan in your title, you limit your audience greatly. Nikocado avocado is already limiting, kind of, but not as much, It just, maybe the guy likes avocados, the end. I'm so happy, because like in the beginning, when I first became vegan, I was very much that way, like rah, 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 everything is about veganism. I just made a video, not just, but like a few months ago, and I was basically saying how I felt really disgusted and hurt by these vegan YouTubers who are making videos to black people saying like, well, you want to say all lives matter, you want to say that black lives matter, well, animal lives matter too. You're like, if you are trying to fight for equal treatment and social justice and to end discrimination in the workplace or whatever, then you should also be vegan. If you're not vegan, you have no right to say that you're being discriminated against, because you discriminate against the cows or something in that manner. And it wasn't just one person, it was multiple people, and I chose to include 2 of them in the video, in fact. And I said in that video, why do vegans have to make everything about veganism? Why? There's so much more to life than veganism. Yes, it's an important cause, but when it becomes everything, you sound no different than the Mormons going door to door, knocking on the door saying, join my club. I can give you these promises. This is the way you're gonna live. It's gonna make the earth a better place. It's gonna save us all. Look, if the earth goes vegan, we are not saved. All right, and our small, less than 1% of the human population, especially the less than probably 0.2% of vegans who are actually on YouTube, it's evident in that. People fighting, people making videos about who texted who cheated on who said what, taking screenshots of comments from months ago and making dramatic videos about it. Like, if that is evident with just a few thousand people in the world who have gone vegan, then if the whole world goes vegan, we are not saved. There's still going to be war. I remember when I didn't attend the Raw Till 4 Bike Festival. A lot of people like to say I did, that I was a part of it, that I'm part of this cult, first of all, I don't eat Raw Till 4. Second of all, I don't own a bike. Third of all, I don't eat that way. Fourth of all, I've The bird's talking. I've made videos. Say hello! Okay, and fourth of all, I've made videos saying I disagree. Well, Orlin specifically has made videos saying, look, I disagree with what Durian Rider had to say about gay people, and I think it's wrong, even if you're just doing it to troll or attention. There comes to a point where it's too much, and that's something I stood by in the comment section. So anyways, yes, I did borrow someone's bike to go up just once, just to do it, just to feel accomplished that I rode up a mountain, just to partake in something that a lot of my friends were doing, even though I'm not there for the festival, I don't follow the lifestyle, I'm not like this big cult worshiper as a lot of people are trying to call me. And I remember Durian Rider said that he believes the world will not go vegan, that we are going to kill ourselves before we go vegan. And that is something that, honestly, I believe. I believe that we're transient beings. I believe that we're here for a blink in time. No species, no plant, no animal has ever been here throughout the entire Earth's existence. The Egyptians, they came and went. The Incas, they came and went. Even before humans, animals evolved to be different kinds of animals, to act like we're immortal. Like, don't you understand? Do you know how the ice ages happened? It came from a meteor hitting the Earth and creating glaciers and making ice ages, you know, wiping out everything that was here. Do you think that's never gonna happen again? It's gonna happen in the future. So whether we're vegan or not, we're still gonna die. At the end of the day, you leave here you are born naked and you die naked. It's an old Latin saying, you know? So I think it's important to help people, you know, improve their lives, but I think it's really wrong to become obsessed with it. Everyone's gonna be vegan. We're all gonna eat the same way. We're all gonna do this and that. It's just not the case. Okay, so I put the bird back, and this brings on to my next angle. Specifically, one person said, like I said, with vegan in the name, saying I'm just whoring out the bird to get views. And I'm like, okay, so I'm the first person ever on the internet to ever show off its pet for YouTube for other people to look at and enjoy. Like, I'm the first person to ever have a pet. So funny. They said something else. Eating it in front of a camera is not activism, Nick. Gosh, so originally, this is so funny, it's happening in real time at my computer. Veganism needs to be less about being an attention whore sellout, do some activism, and serve others. Please don't tell me what I should do with my channel. It's like telling me, you need to do this with your life. Telling me to do more activism so that I can be at your vegan level. It's like we're all trying to be the better vegan here. Just because I'm vegan doesn't mean that my entire life has to be about veganism. Doesn't mean that I have to make my entire channel about veganism. Okay, like, I don't want to become that obsessive. It's one thing to believe in something, but it's another thing to believe in something and expect everyone else to do it in the same way. You know, I made a video about Fully Raw Christina, how she says I'm against the angry vegan movement. And while I personally think that that's not going to resonate with a lot of people who come across angry vegan in their video, I also said there should be room for all approaches because all people are different, you know? To say that all people should act like Christina is not how the world's ever gonna work, you know? So there should be room for all different personality types to make videos to reach those same types of people who would be receptive. For example, I find Gary Yourofsky very passionate, but also very, very angry and very hostile when he speaks. But then I go to his channel and I see hundreds of people saying, you changed my life, or like, you opened up my eyes and made me rethink about the way our world works and how I can be a better person, you know? So everyone's gonna have both supporters and trolls, you know, haters and lovers. So why do I have to make everything about veganism to please this person? You know, just because I'm vegan doesn't mean I'm obligated to make videos about veganism to please the other vegans, you know? It's like, I feel like sometimes I'm preaching to the choir when I make animal rights videos. Sure, some of them have gone out there and stuff, but at the same time, it's like a lot of people close their minds to it. And that's why I think, for example, Mommy Tang has been successful. She doesn't make videos saying, you know, this is wrong, killing this animal, X, Y, and Z. She basically shows how she eats and lets people do what they want with it. You know, speaking of being obligated, I remember when I was traveling with Brianna and we got so frustrated by so many people, trolls. I think it was just certain people with a lot of fake accounts basically coming on and saying, why aren't you denouncing the acts of Durian Rider? Why aren't you making videos against Asil how do you ever say his name? You guys know what I'm talking about. Asal Biel. I'm sorry, I know that name's really wrong. But anyways, basically someone who was having conflict with another YouTuber. making claims, that person made claims, this person made, it's like, we were like, why are we obligated to make video? Just because you're vegan and I'm vegan doesn't mean I have to make videos taking my stance on everything. It's like saying I'm a Democrat and, oh, you didn't make a video saying why Donald Trump did this to piss you off. What kind of Democrat are you? What? You know, it's like, I don't have to do this for you, for this person. Just because I'm vegan doesn't mean I necessarily want to be a part of this community. These people who go back and forth and instigate drama out of each other and make statements, and this person does this, and whose side are you on today, and this and that. People are really upset with me because I didn't make enough videos saying During Rider did this. Like, obviously you love him because you're not saying anything about him. It's like, there's lots of people that I don't agree with. You know, we made videos saying we don't agree with him being gay. I mean, saying that being gay is a choice. I'm not obligated to pick apart someone on YouTube for your entertainment. You know, this is why the vegan community is shit on YouTube. All right? Honestly, it's gone to shit. All our videos consist of this. So let me just keep going on with my comments. I'm gonna do what I want with my channel. Thank you for being so concerned about it. Put your time wasted in telling other people they aren't doing enough into working on your own channel. If I'm not doing enough, then why are you only making 9 videos a month? You say, even if you were making videos every second, not everyone's gonna do the same thing. You need to serve others, like the original comment. Do some activism and serve others. Going around telling people they're not doing enough is serving others as well. So, it's just, this is why vegans annoy me. And then they continue by saying, eating in front of a camera is not activism, Nick. And I'm said, I'm not obligated to be an activist. I never call myself an activist. Get lost. Like, I agree, Hanya. I totally understand wanting to change the tune of your videos and maybe make less vlogs, because people are basically taking comments that she have said or her ex-boyfriend said and making drama videos out of it. And it's like, at the end of the day, whose business is it? Something of the past. Like, why are we bringing this up again? And at the end of the day, you know, if this is what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But they have to live with themselves. They have to live with themselves. You don't, you know? And yeah, I'm talking to you. At the end of the day, they're the ones that are upset, all right? I remember when the whole vegan cheetah thing happened. And you know, part of me didn't even want to make a response video, but part of me said, you know what? Maybe I can get my point across since he has an audience. You know, he called me out and saying, oh, you're only making this for views. But being on YouTube, everyone's for views. Don't you understand? To be like, oh, I am so much more mortal than you. I have more values because I'm making videos for a cause. And I'm exposing people with these speculations and I'm making up drama. You know, this is for the good of the world. It's like putting yourself up here. You know, we're all on YouTube for our own reasons. This is the online vegan community on YouTube. It's like, what other community acts like this? You know, I watch a lot of gay YouTubers. Orlin especially loves all the gay vlogs and the gay vloggers, and they all interact with each other, and you never ever see this type of shit go down, where they're making videos about each other and with text messages and, oh, they apparently said this, and taking screenshots of comments. It's like this whole it's trash. It's complete trash, and it's just a bunch of cheap laughs, if you ask me. That's my opinion. Maybe a lot of people do get enjoyment out of it, but the point I'm getting to is that the online community for veganism on YouTube is just come to a point where it's never been like this before. I mean, you look 5 years ago, like Kenya pointed out, and it wasn't like this. And she was one of the first people to start making animal rights videos. It wasn't like this. And maybe you're watching this video 10 years from now. Maybe it's moved on. Maybe these people who are obsessed with making every video about other people, you know, Henya made a point of this as well. It's like some of these people, some of these drama videos, if they didn't have other people to talk about, then they would have no original content. I can think of a few people in general where they've tried making original content and stopped with the calling out videos, and very few people watched them because they weren't original or they were boring or no one really cared. But when you start belittling other people or talking about them or how they did wrong or they made this mistake, and whether the people you're talking about have openly come out and said, look, I'm sorry, I'm going to try to do better, and you're still making videos about other people, like, it says everything about that person, you know? So anyways, perhaps the vegan scene will change on YouTube 10 years from now. Like, I remember with Brianna, like Brianna Jackfruitson right now is trying to do more non-vegan stuff. Like, I remember when I was with her, she was really fascinated by reaction videos, and everyone loves good reaction videos. And she said she feels a little trapped because the audience she's built is there just to hear about vegan stuff. And, you know, I just went to her last video that she posted like 15 hours ago has 1,200 views, which is very low for her compared to her other stuff. And because she played a challenge, you know, where you put up the, what is it called? I don't know, where you like put up a word on your face and you have to guess. It's like a game that a lot of the YouTubers do, but no one's interested in that. So it's like, I understand where she's coming from. I understand where Hen is coming from. It's like, we built this audience that's either looking for us just to talk about veganism or that are just looking for drama, you know. A lot of Freely's big videos, the biggest ones she gets are drama-based videos, or they're videos about other YouTubers with bigger following. Yes, it brings in the crowds, but it doesn't stay that same level when you could go back to your original content. I'm not saying she doesn't already have a big following, she does. It's just an example. So, yeah, this whole noodle thing, and people are getting other vegans saying it belongs in the wild, like, how dare you take that bird? And it makes me think of a video that Unnatural Vegan put out called How Vegans Alienate Themselves.
So first up is antinatalism. I'm talking about vegans who are antinatalists, who assign a negative value to birth, who believe that it is wrong to procreate, to have children. You know, telling a vegan mother or father that they aren't really vegan because they have kids, especially if their kids are the reason why they gave up animal products in the first place, not a very good way to get people to join your club. Anti-pets or pet ownership, owning pets. It's not only incredibly alienating, since most people think owning pets is perfectly fine and that adopting them is great and they have pets themselves, but it likely makes the vegan movement look really silly. Equating caring for a dog, cat, bunny, ferret, whatever, and making it part of your family, equating that with exploitation, it's probably going to come across rather callous and nonsensical to most people, whether they have pets or not.
I'm going to put a link to that video in the description box and the comment section. And I really want everyone to watch it because I remember watching that in Thailand while I was, there in Thailand, and I was thinking to myself, like, damn, she's right. I don't want my whole life to be about veganism. There's more to life than that. Just like the whole Black Lives Matter video that I made, Every movement has its right to be substantial and to have its voice heard, and lumping it all into one thing, saying, well, you're not truly doing the right thing if you're not vegan. It's like saying, well, you're not truly a good person until you're Christian or you're Muslim. It's crazy the way we're wired, and veganism tends to be viewed as a religion for these reasons. It matches every little example of religion, even though they can turn around and say, well, it's not religion, it's based on fact. But again, what do we know? Albert Einstein says, the more I know, the more I really learn that I know nothing at all. Because your head goes in circles. Even with the vegan doctors, I've pointed this out in my mukbangs. And I'm like, you talk to McDougall, and he's like, oh, you shouldn't do this. You talk to Furman, the other vegan doctor, he's like, oh, McDougall's wrong. Then you talk to Dr. Greger, and he's like, well, Furman's a little wrong. You need to eat more of this. Then you go to Neil Bernard. He says, well, I don't really agree with McDougall, but I agree with Greger. And then it's like, you don't know who to believe. Everyone wants to believe they're right. That's just how we are, It's like, that's why I see people arguing about if the moon landing is a hoax or not. People are still going back and forth, and both of them have evidence to back it up. You're only going to go in circles, and what difference does it make, It doesn't solve the world's problems. Everyone just wants to be right. And I realize this, and this is why I've made videos apologizing for when I've screwed up. For example, that vegan cheetah thing. And people are crazy. The vegans on YouTube are just crazy. I just got another comment. They said, that's no excuse, find yourself. And that was to me saying, I'm not obligated to be an activist, and I don't call myself an activist. You're spending your time going around on other already converted vegans channels. I'm already vegan, already converted vegan, I already make videos about veganism, and you're telling me I still need to do more, that I need to do activism. A truly happy person wouldn't do this, It's like, this is when veganism becomes like a mental illness, I think, where it takes over your life, it consumes you. You alienate yourself from the real world, like Unnatural Vegan said. I did the same thing for my family. I'm like, oh, if you're not vegan, to call really decent people who are eating animal products murderers and rapists is... I think of Matthew Lush. He is a gay YouTuber that I watch, Orlin watches. We enjoy a lot of his content, not all of it, but a lot of it. And he's been around for a long time, and he's vegan. He's been vegan longer than any of these people. And does he make videos about this vegan did this vegan said this? I have screenshots of what this vegan says. Where are your morals? You need to do what's right. You need to only make videos for the bigger picture, which is the animals. And he's not he's a vegan, but he's not a vegan YouTuber, okay? He doesn't get himself involved with this type of crazy cult-like behavior, this crazy call-out videos, these crazy back and forth. You limit yourself when you do that. You greatly, greatly limit your potential. I remember Mommy Tang talking to her, and she was saying, like, Nick, you limit yourself when everything you do is about veganism. You greatly limit the people's lives you can touch and who you can reach and who you can change and inspire. Why I'm no longer a vegan YouTuber, all right? I'm still vegan. I love animals. I care for them. I haven't had animal products for over 4.5 years, but I'm done talking about it, which is really, really unfortunate. I'm done saying vegan, because I know it turns so many people off. And even the people that are on your team are the first ones to bat you on the head. Just look at this community, you guys. Maybe a lot of you don't know what's going on. You haven't involved yourself. You haven't invested your time into these vegan YouTubers to really understand what everyone's doing, which is great. Keep doing your own thing. Be vegan for your own reasons. Tell people about it if you want, but that's the extent of what you have to do. Not everyone's going to be an activist. Not everyone has to proclaim themselves as a vegan YouTuber and say, I'm only going to make vegan content and I'm only going to talk about vegan drama. Eventually, like Unnatural Vegan says, it becomes emotionally draining. I can tell you how many people I've seen on Matthew Lush's channel. When you go to it, you would never know it's about veganism, because it's not. But there's plenty of people in the comments saying, oh, Matthew, I just tried this new fake chicken that I saw you eat, and I love it. It has like 50 thumbs ups. Okay? There are many ways to inspire people.
And it hurts. It hurts that, like, a lot of people use this information against you.
I can relate to Henya of feeling that people are using information against you, that they have this, excuse me, this leverage of taking whatever you've posted in a vlog or what you've ever said on the internet and using it against you somehow out of malice. Is that a word, right? Malice? Does that mean bad? Out of like bad intent. Trying to make someone feel bad, or being like, I'm going to expose them because I am up here and let's talk about their mistakes and not mine. You know, every video is exposing, you know? And I totally understand where she's coming from, you know? And it's interesting because I was already going through these thoughts and feelings before she even put out this video. If you go to my Social Blade, I deleted some of my old videos, like 200,000 views worth of videos, something like that, like a week or something before she put out this video. I was having people sending me Snapchats saying like, oh, why are you in Colombia if Colombia is so dangerous? Oh, shame on you for telling people that you're in Colombia when it's in the middle of a war and it's the 7th most dangerous country or whatever on the planet, and like you're misleading your viewers. I'm gonna go tell Vegan Cheetah. I'm gonna go tell this person. I'm gonna have them expose you. And it's like, again, this group of people I got involved with. Oh, why can't I just be myself? And again, even if I just made videos about reaction videos and silly challenges, I'm still gonna draw in the haters and the trolls and the people that are gonna say stuff about you, but not to this extent. Watch my last mukbang, the video before this. I open up about the dangers of South America. Obviously, I don't want to stereotype, and some of you said I may have stereotyped by saying the whole continent is the same, but in general, I've tried to make points that Asia is a lot safer than South America in terms of traveling. More people speak English in Thailand than they do in Colombia. If you come to Colombia, no one's going to speak English. And if they see that you can't, if you're not fluent, they're going to triple the prices on you. I was basically just giving realistic things that I have to go through, that I've seen, that Orlin goes through. The fact that yes, it is at war, and yes, people are dying, and there's stabbings and shootings, and you know, I didn't even want to talk about that, but all these people saying, oh, I'm going back to your old videos to see how you said it was so safe when secretly, like, you couldn't even leave the house by yourself because you could get kidnapped and stuff. And it's like, now people want to use something against me. Like, I was just sharing my life and just saying, look at me, I'm going to buy potatoes, and now it's twisted into this whole malicious thing, as if I'm trying to lure people to a dangerous place. In Freely's new vlogs, she's been including some like self-empowerment, self-improvement, just these types of, what do you call it, self-help types of books, just to like help you get through shit, basically. And she's been including this type of dialogue at the end of her videos more recently, and there's something that she, in her latest one, that really is perfect for today's video. This type of information is something that inspired me back when she started making videos in like 2011 well, she had been making them for a few years, but I found her like the end of 2011, beginning of 2012, and I started watching her content. content, and this was the nature of that content. It was very much about like improving yourself, because it was very tied in with health, as she at that time believed that raw was like optimal. She still believes that raw food is optimal. I no longer believe that, but that's besides the point. So she basically, at her newest vlog, she says the following: be immune to poison. The whole world can gossip about you, but if you choose not to take it personally, you become immune. Immunity is poison in the middle of hell, and it is also the gift of the second agreement. Basically, she's saying that you need to stay true to your character, you know, apologize when you make mistakes, be vulnerable, but also stand your ground, you know. Freely says there's no point to feeling hurt when rumors are going around the internet about you, or people making speculations about you that aren't true. You know, these drama videos, these call out videos. She's saying don't care what these people have to say, because you know who you are. You have to have the integrity to be proud of who you are and what you've been through. And the people who make these types of videos about you over and over are the ones projecting their own insecurities. Obviously, I'm trying to work better at being better, you know, like for example, the whole vegan cheetah thing. I knew I was wrong with what I said to Brianna, and the first thing I did was just straight up apologize. I've been sending some emails with none of you guys know who he is, but he was involved with Woodstock, and I made some videos about the whole incident. And I basically said, look, I really want to, well, all I told him was like, can we make an agreement so that we can take down our videos about each other, because this is getting old. And he basically said, yes, we need to talk more about it. I want to know your true intentions. And, you know, he has every right to question that. I want to see my past as, look at the mistakes I've made as ways that I can be better to prevent it from happening again. And also just to own up to shit if like people are hurt by it. So yeah, and I'm going to be taking down a lot of my old videos. I don't have many out there that I'm ashamed of, but there are a few where it's like, oh, you know, I made that in the moment of anger. You know, maybe I exaggerate on this. You know, I no longer want to be carrying this, because at the end of the day, I suffer more than anyone else. So I know exactly how these people feel. The people that are making videos about Henya and her teeth and the way she eats. People are making videos about me and saying like I'm a horrible person, or people making videos about Dairy Matter and Freely and Sorsha and Vegan Gains and Unnatural Vegan and High Carb Hannah and Mommy Tang and Henya Mania and all it goes on and on. When you get into that role, it's hard. And it hurts you more than anyone else, because at the end of the day, you have to reel yourself. It's like, this is how I'm spending my life right now. Oh, it's raining. This is what I'm doing with my life. And I remember I was talking to Mommy Tang the other day on email, and I was like, look, I'm asking myself, is this worth it? Is it worth it? And I know she's going through the same thing too. You know, she's stopping YouTube for a little bit. Obviously, she has her own thing that she's dealing with. And I was like, I don't want to look back and be like, oh, I wasted my time getting in arguments with other vegan YouTubers. I don't want to be a part of something that I currently am having problems with. You know, if I'm saying I'm really hurt and just disgusted by the nature of the vegan scene on YouTube, then I want to make sure that I'm not taking part of it in any which way, you know. So I'm going through like this period of like questioning everything and just like wanting to do better. That's what it really comes down to. And yeah, you guys, I don't want to be part of this group of people anymore. I don't want to be called a vegan YouTuber. I've never called myself an activist. I've never, but at the same time, I'm still trying to be a voice for animals. But I don't want to consume my life anymore. And that's what's really, it's starting to do. And I see it do for so many people. So please, don't make more videos about me. I know what I've done wrong. I know what to do to make things better. I know how to apologize. That's something that I don't see a lot in this vegan community. People don't apologize for shit. And that's, you know, I even mentioned that in my first video, saying I've seen people do that and I want to use that as an example. Because I know it's the right thing to do, you guys. It absolutely is. If you're watching this video, you know it's the right thing to do. Just to take a deep breath and be like, fuck it, like, this has just gone way too far. I want to be irrelevant to these people. Alright? Stop making videos about me. Stop saying I'm a fake vegan. Stop saying I need to be more of an activist. Stop saying I'm terrible because I have a pet. It's like I want to be like as if you're going to a random person and saying these things. forget about me, please. And I'm still gonna make videos. I'm still gonna show my life and try to be somewhat of positivity in this world, because, you know, Mommy Tang was right. Like, I was talking to her, she's like, this world is full of so much hate and so much shit that it's just like, if you make videos that make people happy and smile, then that itself in itself is really, really good. Okay, like that's why I want to provide for people. I just want to be myself, and I don't want to keep going. I don't want to be involved in the vegan stuff anymore. So you'll see me in my next video. And those of you that like get what I'm saying, I appreciate it. Those of you that hate what I'm saying, please give this a thumbs down right now, because you only help spread my channel and my video. And I'm just gonna say fuck it, you know. Anyways, thank you, Henya. Thank you to the haters. Thank you for those that are able to forgive me. And I'm still gonna be making steps to make things right and say what I need to say. And I think that's all I'm gonna say right now. Okay, bye-bye.